Welcome to the Closing Table Podcast. This is episode 2 with Amanda Reynolds.
Amanda, we're so happy to have you here today. We have a little bit of a history, but before we get into all that, I just wanted to, first and foremost, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. You have a unique story. You graduated from Moore.
Yep.
You're 36 years old.
Yes,
you graduated
36.
from Moore. You have 2 beautiful children.
Yes.
And you are a teacher turned totally photographer,
Yep.
went out and did your own thing.
Yep.
So you're a special kind of entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool. Tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about that.
So I was a teacher for 14 years, 10 of them in the Department of Ed. And when I first started teaching, loved it. It was great. Then COVID hit and life was a little weird. I also had
a lot of weird.
I also had 2 children in that time frame. So like when school shut down, I was a different person than when I came back. I was a mom. I was, my husband was a fireman, working, like things were crazy. And also when my children were born, I mean, we take pictures of our kids all the time. So I kind of like just got into photography, like on my phone, like nothing crazy. And then my husband and I were like, oh, maybe we should buy a nice camera. So we have like a nice pictures for our family. So that's what we did. And he already knew how to work a camera. So he like taught me like all the settings and all the things. And we just did it with the kids.
It's like his hobby?
It was his hobby.
Okay.
So then I started like taking pictures of my friends' kids, like for free, nothing, still teaching, doing,
So
whatever.
they owe you money at this point.
Well, so then it turned into like, oh, can you take pictures of, my friends' kids for Christmas? I'm like, oh, yeah, sure, no problem. So then last year, my husband says to me, he's like, Amanda, what are you doing? Like, you're sitting at home, taking time away from your kids to edit people you don't know. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't do this like for real, And he's like, just start an Instagram, see what happens. Start an Instagram, and I have not had a free second since. Like, it was just,
That's amazing.
It was insane. Like and at first I was like, oh, it's just busy season. It's just Christmas, like, whatever. And then it was the end of 2024 and I was starting to get bookings for 2025. And I was like, I don't know, this feels like it's something, it doesn't feel like a hobby anymore. It doesn't feel like a side gig. Then I started to get like inquiries about weddings. And I was like, wait a second, this is like real deal things,
Yeah.
I said, let me put my foot on the gas a little bit. Like, let's like work with Instagram and like really like start to market.
Do you feel like Instagram has helped you promote your business?
100%. It's the only thing I use right now.
Yeah, so that was my next question. So do you only use Instagram?
So right
How do you
now-
promote yourself?
Right now, that's how I promote myself.
Okay.
But on my to-do list is to like really get like the website, like
Right.
really figure out like all that SEO stuff.
Absolutely.
And even kind of invest in the business side of things.
That's something we can relate to in our
Yeah.
business.
Yeah,
For sure. It's
because like it's easy to, not that it's easy, but like word of mouth, right?
Mhm.
That's a huge part of it.
It's everything.
But there's also another part of it that's, there's a business side to
Yeah.
it that when I made it a business and it became a thing, I was like, whoa, I have to like study how to do this.
Right.
I don't know how to operate this side of things.
one thing to keep in mind now that you're thinking about going to the next step, because although a completely different business, we are in that business too, and maybe 30 to 40% of our business is social media and trying to get, at this point, getting people to know us and not only what we do in real estate, but know us as far as who we are through social media. But, you get to a point where your social media is working and it's people you know and people you know who know people, like down that chain. And I just think you to keep in your mind that that's going to be your core always. Yeah. And like the SEO stuff and all that is great. And hopefully it brings you like a really good return on what you invest in. But I think I'm just saying this because over the last year and a half, that's been where my business got to, where I have to try to, take advantage of SEO, take advantage of the website. And still at its core, my business mainly is going to come from people who know me,
Right.
who like me, love me,
Right.
trust me.
And it's
and that's
also,
what's going to keep going for you.
I also feel like even with Instagram, like before I had a business side of things, right? Like I was never like a huge poster, like, none of that. I was never like filming myself or things like that. Whereas like when you have a business and you're trying to, promote it, people aren't just like signing up for sessions because I make pretty pictures.
Right.
It's also they want me too, you know, like how I make them feel during a session, how easy I am to work with, or think whatever it is. And that's the reason why you would hire anybody to do anything, whether it's sell a house, buy a house, take pictures, whatever it may be.
Super relatable for our business as well. We talk about that all the time because as we're evolving as realtors, we have to navigate through the changes. It's no longer just sell my home,
Right.
just help me purchase a home. Now it's you have to obviously give them their personal experience, which is super important. You know, everybody has different needs. And then you have to sometimes be a photographer. We're very lucky and fortunate to have professionals in the business. Then you have like yourself. Now we have to advertise. Now we're making flyers. Now we're promoting. Now we're staging things and we're
like keeping up.
acting in a way. And like there's so many elements that bring it all together that make you the person that somebody chooses to work with.
Right. There's a lot that goes into it.
It's about allocation, right? So like right now we're gonna do it ourselves. We're going to create our flyers. We're gonna create our videos. We're going to edit our videos. We're gonna post our videos. And your business, before you decided you're gonna go and try to grab people that don't know you from SEOing your websites and stuff, you know, you spend a lot of times taking your pictures and then probably equal amount of time editing your photos. Now you're gonna have to do that just for your behind the scenes building on your business, right?
Yep.
So when you get to that point, allocating is going to be the smart thing to do because it takes up a lot of time.
It takes up so much time.
I just recently had people calling me, which I wish they were calling me to sell the houses, but I got people calling me, asking me, hey, I see your Instagram. Can you help me get started on what I'm doing? Which is great, and I love it. And anyone who in my life knows I would love to help them. I'm going to help them. But when you do help them, you know, it's a lot of work. It's a separate job. It's separate, right?
And that's something like I didn't know. So like when I started the Instagram last year, I was like, oh, cool. Like I'll do Catherine's Christmas pictures. Like this is fun. Like this is great. But then it was like turning into like, wait a second, I got to keep up with this trend and I have to post this at this time. Oh, Instagram is telling me that Monday at 6 o'clock, this is when most people see. And I'm like, oh my God, it's Monday at 6 o'clock. I got to post something. Like it was like it became like a whole other job that like I am so unfamiliar with.
Right. Never in my life did I think I'd be chat GPTing. What time should I post my post?
Me either, but I'm so happy that we have that tool.
Oh, absolutely.
That's something that's
I forgot
helped
the
our
guy who
business.
created it, but thanks, dude.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, he's been
It's
killing
helped
it.
me tremendously.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't wait for him to like create something that takes all our jobs, but still, it's getting there, but you know, whatever. Something I want to ask you on a little different note is, it seems like this business kind of like just popped up and you just got enamored by what you were doing and you fell in love with it. And since then, have you found like inspirations in the photography world that you try to like live up to or follow to try to emulate?
Like a style that you mimic, like what is your
So
thing?
like my style is not like light and airy, right? Like I have like a little bit more of a moody vibe. I like a lot of like, you know, like I like darkness and things like that. And like pockets of light are my thing.
I'm sorry. What's your vibe?
What's my vibe?
Yeah.
I don't think you can tell people what your vibe is like when you're talking about a person.
Yeah, what's your
You'd
vibe?
have to tell me what my vibe is. No?
No.
What's your vibe?
I don't know. Never thought about a vibe.
What's
I
your
feel like
vibe?
I'm light. I'm easygoing. I'm like, let's have fun. Let's do what we got to do. But when things get serious, like, let's be serious. I think that's my vibe. How's that?
Okay.
What's your vibe?
I like to say I'm not so light and airy, a little moody.
Right. Yeah, like I feel like my pictures like
just like you
are my personality.
Okay.
Like I'm not.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like and there are certain photographers that do certain things. Like for example, like there are photographers who specialize in like newborn photos, right? And they do these beautiful setups with the balloons and the set, and they
Looks
wrap
like the
the
baby's
baby up.
floating.
Looks like the baby's floating. I could never do that.
I just did it a week ago, but I don't think my baby was floating anywhere, but that's all right.
But they make it look like the baby's on a swing or whatever it is. And I have had people reach out to me and be like, oh, hey, like, can you do this? And I'm really honest with them. And that's just not my style.
Right. Yeah, that's
like,
good.
it's not something that I'm looking
So it's
to
a
add
niche.
to my...
You got your niche, and that's the key to business.
Yes.
Find
Part
a
of
niche
being
and run with it.
desirable and special and standing out in your business is knowing when something isn't right for you.
Right.
So if you cannot deliver the absolute
Nope.
best, in this instance, newborn photos,
Mhm.
coming to somebody and saying, look, I can't help you
Yep.
in this, not because I don't want to, because I wouldn't possibly be the best that I could potentially be for you.
And it's not something I want to add to my portfolio.
Right,
You know, like
exactly.
that's not where I'm trying to go. Like my ideal like reach is to really just be in the wedding world. Like that's where I want to be.
That's amazing. Now, let me ask you something, because this is like prevalent in our business, and I don't know if there's like a connection in the photography world, but can you potentially get some, like, I'm not supposed to use this word, but since we're not talking about real estate, I'll use it, kickback from photographers that specialize in it? Because if you're gonna really go hard on Instagram, you're gonna get a ton of inquiries, right? It kind of stinks to just like lose all that business. Say you
Like a referral fee?
a referral, like, hey, I work really well with this one girl who specializes it, and she charges $900 for 3 hours, and I'll get $150 out of it.
I
Can that?
never thought of that.
Now you did.
Now I did.
We're always thinking about it. I think these people, especially if they're like a little less known than you,
Yeah.
and they aren't getting the
Right.
the organic inquiries through
Right.
social media, and you're like, hey, I got this person. I'll send them to you.
Yeah.
I'd love a little referral fee, $150.
Yeah.
For me giving you this
Just a
client.
little fee.
Isn't that amazing? Come on.
Yeah.
If
I
you're-
mean, this kind of happened to me in a way, but I made it work. So what was happening is I was getting, a lot of my, like I do baptisms a lot, right? So usually they're Saturday or Sunday, and I'm only one person, so I can only be in one place at one time. And I had a situation in the beginning of the year, and somebody reached out, and they were like, "Oh, hey, are you available on whatever day?" And I was like, "Oh man, I'm not." But like, I don't want to lose this person.
Right.
Like, and I love doing those kinds of
I
things.
noticed your
love
husband
editing.
is starting to dive into. Is that where it started to happen?
So I said to my husband, I was like, Keith, I'm like, you think like we could do this together? Like, you think that that's something we could do?
Mhm.
And he's like, yeah, I know how to use a camera. I know how to shoot. And he's super creative.
I showed you the camera.
Well, that's what it is. He's like, I just never like, I was telling you what to do essentially. And I said, okay. So I was really honest with the client. And I said, hey, listen, I personally am unavailable. But my husband, who's my second in all of this, he's available to show up and shoot, and I do all the editing, so it stays the same, that same
Right.
vibe. And he showed up and he like crushed it. I'm like, and then he came home. I looked at the pictures. I'm like, okay, people are gonna start to like request you now.
Did he like?
I'm like,
did he
this
like
is gonna-
bump you out? Like, I'm editing these.
No.
I took the pictures. I'm editing.
No. But then like now he has like a little portfolio. So now when people,
Fantastic.
it's amazing. And like I have 3 weddings booked, and he's the second shooter. Like it's just so fun. It's something so fun that we do, and like it just. Again, everything
It's like
happened.
a little date night.
It is, but like everything happened organically. Like it wasn't like, okay, we're gonna start this photography business and we're gonna do it together. And it just kind of like unfolded.
That's
and
great.
now it's like, okay, here we go.
So when did you realize that you couldn't do both? So you couldn't teach and you couldn't.
Yeah. So at first, like I would say fall of last year, things were a little crazy, but I was just like, oh, it's busy season, like no big deal. It's gonna die off, right? And then like April of this year hit, and it was nuts. Like I was working 7 days a week. I had to be 14 hours a day, like between coming to work, coming home, doing the pictures, editing, making sure I have a timeline for myself in terms of like a gallery delivery. So I'm like, okay, I have to meet my timelines. Then I'm staying up until 2 a.m, have to wake up, go to work. And I was just like,
And let's not forget, come home and take care of the kids.
and that's where I saw like I had to pick, because I would come home
That's
and
called mom
and
guilt, and then
I'd
you're
be a bear. I'd be a bear for my
Yeah.
kids. Like my poor son would be like, Mommy, can you play Go Fish with me? And I'm like, no, I can't play Go Fish. And I'm like, but wait, I have to play Go Fish because I'm out here on Saturday and Sunday to
Do
play.
you know what Go Fish is, or you need a,
I know
a
what
rundown?
Go Fish is. I was a child once.
Were you?
If you didn't know, I was a child once, and we played Go Fish. Yeah. I might have thought it was called Goldfish when I was younger, but
Okay.
it's definitely Go Fish, and I know how to play. How long between the time you officially made your decision you were going to resign and that day came where you went and actually resigned?
Decided in like the end of March.
Okay.
My husband and I sat down and I said, listen, I said, I can't do both. It's not possible. Like I cannot be a mom, I cannot be a business owner, and I cannot be a teacher. I
Okay.
cannot do all 3 things
And be the best at it.
and be the best at
Right.
all 3. Like it's just not going to happen.
Okay.
And obviously I am love being a mom.
Right.
And then if I had to choose between the photography or teaching, photography was the one that won.
Yeah.
And we sat down and we really discussed it. And he said, okay, so resign.
All right.
And I said, okay. And I walked in and I told my boss, and she was super supportive. And then the last day of school was my last day.
So take us through that day, like driving in.
It was what it was.
Like, I
wild.
wanna
Did you
hear-
listen to a
yeah.
certain song? Did you pump yourself up?
Yeah, did you
It
watch
was like
Kevin Hart
something-
and how he like cursed his teacher out before you went in, or this is like a different thing?
No. This
All
was totally different.
Okay,
My
so
school
walk us
was
through it.
phenomenal to me for the 10 years I was there. So it was, and it's all I know. Like, think about it. Since we're 5 years old, we're every September, first day of school, we're there, right? So I continued that as a teacher.
Mhm.
And I didn't know driving into work that that's what I was going to do that day. That
You didn't have a plan?
No, I didn't have a plan. No, it was kind of the same thing how my business unfolded. It was like, oh, all right, let's just start this business, see what happens.
Did something
Wait,
tick
what, yeah,
you
what grade
off?
did you teach?
I taught 8th grade math.
Yeah, so some kid got snippy with you, and you were like, you know what? You guys stay here real quick. I'm gonna be right back. And you left the classroom. You went right to the principal. Was like, I resign.
No.
And you took pictures of her and you left.
No. It was something like I was
That's how
sitting
I see it.
on because my husband and I already decided it was going to happen. And it was kind of just a matter of when I was going to do it,
Okay.
right? I say to my co-teacher, I'm like, I think today's the day. Because I also wanted to give
She's
my
like,
boss...
wait, don't leave me yet.
No, really. She was like, are you sure today's the day? Are you sure? You really want to do this? And I also wanted to give my boss enough notice for the next year. You know, like filling a math teacher position is hard. It's not
Probably not easy.
It's not an easy thing to do. So I knew I had to do it at this certain time. I walked into my boss's office on a whim, essentially, and I said to her, I said, do you have a second to talk? And she was like, you're pregnant.
Did you wait? Oh
And I
my
was like,
gosh.
no. I was like, we're not putting that to the universe.
You
We have
actually
two-
probably should have said that, because then you could have got like all your like pay.
She
and-
would have had to wait.
And then you could have resigned at the
No.
end.
No. I said, no, that's not it. And then I think she might have gotten nervous because she really had no idea what I was going to say. And I just said, I started a business. I had no idea that it would take off the way it did. I'm done in September. I can't possibly do both.
Wow.
And she was super supportive. I mean, that was it.
It's so
Then-
nice to have supportive admin
Yeah.
because you're seeing them in this position and how essentially they know what it's like
Yeah.
to start, and you're starting from wherever, and you're growing, and you're going
Yeah.
to the next position. You're always reaching for something. I
Mhm.
mean, that's all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And to receive the support when you're building your own and it doesn't necessarily align with what the school has in store for you,
Of course.
that's a really nice
No,
thing.
it was, I was definitely nervous because I wasn't sure of the reaction. I wasn't sure if it was going to be like a, okay, great, get out of my office kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was like a really lovely moment, to be honest. And, I can't say I feel sad about it because it wasn't my passion. Like, this is like, when people say,
And that's okay.
when people say like, oh, you don't work a day in your life if you love what you do.
Absolutely. It's true.
I never understood that phrase until I started this.
Yeah, that's
Love
amazing.
that for you.
Like, I really never understood it. Like, so I'm working more, and I'm sure you guys could totally relate to this too on your end. Like, I am working more hours, putting in more time into my photography business than I ever would put into teaching, ever. Like, teaching, I was there 7:30 to 2 every day, and that was the end of it,
Mhm.
right? Whereas this is all day, every day.
Yep.
Like, the mind is just constantly going, how can I improve? How can I do this? How can I work on my website? How can I, I don't know, all these things go
There's
through your...
always more.
Always.
can
And
be
you're
doing.
working, just constantly working, but it's so different. It's just such a different thing.
Right, and that's where that meme comes from, where people are like, hey, everyone have said, we want to start our own business to get away from the 9 to 5, but now I'm working 12 to 12
Mhm.
Literally
Like,
working all the
old
You're
time.
working all
hours.
the time.
All the time.
And we can relate to an extent, but there's like a lot of aspects in our business that makes us question if we really love it.
Right.
Like, I love it. I really do. Like, I had a completely different path in my life before this, and I always had like a thought that I wanted to get into it, and I really, really do like 99% of it. But there's that, I guess it's
Fear
the re-
of the unknown.
yeah, that, but also like the rejection aspect of our
Mhm.
business. Like, I love it, but then we're so reliant on other people and what they want that, in a different sense than other businesses, that like I love it, but there are a lot of things that I don't love. But your point is still very true. Like we wake up and you work and you figure out how to edit your videos and your marketing and try to do the best we can do, and it never stops. We actually talked about that on episode 1 where we don't realize it, but like people are like, hey, why don't you want to come for lunch? And we're like, no, I'm working. You want to come for dinner? I'm working.
Well,
like, what do you mean you're working?
It's
How are you
so
still
funny
working?
that you said that, because this is really like, so every summer I've been off, right? I never did summer school. I never did any of that, like ever. Every summer I've had 2 months to myself. I do whatever I want. If somebody wanted to have a pool party, I was there. If somebody wanted to go somewhere with the kids, I was there. And now it's like, wait a second. I have to work. Like, I have my own deadlines that I create for myself. So, that gallery deliveries and times that I have to edit and things like that. And I had to say no to a couple of things. And I was like, no, I'm really overwhelmed right now. I need to like focus and do what I have to do, because it's a Monday morning.
It stinks because if somebody invites us, me and my kids, to go do something, or you have the option to do something that might be a little more fun in the moment, you have to be disciplined enough in your business and to know and stay focused. I can't do that right now. Which sometimes it stinks.
I also am trying to find a balance right now, right? Because right now my mind is very like, okay, like I dropped my teaching job. So like this is my baby right now. And this is really, I want to keep the ball rolling and keep pushing the gas. It killed me the other day that I said no to something that I knew that they would really enjoy. But like I also, I also had to do what I had to do. You know what I mean? So like, finding this perfect balance is definitely the tricky part.
Let me ask you an interesting question. People will probably think I'm a nut for this, but do you feel like you have to like train people in your life to understand that you're always busy?
100%.
I mean, I know just for myself, like generally I'm a nice person, but like when my wife's off from work and she's like, hey, let's go to lunch. I'm like, I give in because I love lunch, but but hey, let's go to lunch. Or my mom calls me at 10 and 12 and 1, and I'm like, I'm busy.
Yeah.
And like they think I'm like being an asshole because they think I like just don't want to talk. But like I'm lit. Could we say asshole? Yeah, we can say asshole, right? Asshole. Anyway, it's legitimately you're working, and I think it's hard for people who just go to work every day. And it's not easy. It's just as hard, but it's just a different type of hard.
Yeah.
They don't understand that I might not be like in the middle of a deal right now, but I'm still like
in the middle of a deal
middle of trying to get into a deal. Like I'm sitting in front of my laptop and my mom's like, what do you mean you're working? You're in your kitchen on a laptop. I'm like, yeah, I know. But right now I'm like researching what my next like bunch of houses I'm going to at Target are, or I'm looking up homeowners that are most likely going to sell. And you get into that like rhythm of working. And as soon as someone calls and like breaks it, you feel like, now I got to start all over.
Yeah.
Right?
What's a good name we could call those people? Work killers.
Work killers? Yeah, I guess so. Work killers. We'll go with that.
Sure.
Because I didn't think I was going to name them. I call my mom and my wife and my sister. And
let's stick with mom and wife.
And I don't mind. I love that you just call me. So don't get mad at me about this. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I actually am working, and Amanda is actually working when she says, I'm sorry, I'm working, you know? Yes, you are. Of course you are.
Okay.
Catherine is working also.
Thank you.
She's working also. She is.
Yeah, and like a lot of my things, like I do event photography as well, like because like I said, weddings is really where I want to be.
Events, like what type of event?
Like communion.
Like my son's communion?
Yes, like your son's communion, first birthday parties, baptisms are a big one for me, and eventually, and weddings as well.
You have your business calendar on you?
Yes.
Let me see it.
Oh, it's outside.
Ah, damn. I want to see if you had availability on the 27th.
So I will tell you, Frank, I have to say.
I got a baptism the 27th.
August or July?
So Frank just had a baby. So Frank had a baby. Last time we spoke, Frank's wife was about to give birth. We had a plan that if she went into labor, I was going to go with them.
Yeah.
They said it was okay.
I never actually asked my wife.
It never happened. It never worked out like that.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to go with them. But shortly after she went into labor, they had a beautiful baby boy.
It's bothering me that you're saying this like with a serious face right now, but that's okay.
I'm like, I don't know. Is it a funny story? Or is
shortly after she had the baby, a couple of days later, he is so adorable. So Frank's a new dad, which is so exciting.
I'm a new dad. Yep.
Yeah. So now they have a baptism coming up. So this is a perfect chance for you. But I will say, so Frank, Amanda, and Nick, who's behind the camera,
hi Nick,
they teamed up together and they worked my son's communion. It was incredible.
Yeah.
The photos were so heartwarming. I don't even know how to explain them when I saw them. They were, I guess, what'd you say, a mood? Like it was
Mm-hmm.
very moody. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't so light and airy,
Right.
but I captured the light and airiness within my
Right.
children. But it's hard to understand, but like
I'm
I
big into
got
like candid
them.
moments,
Yeah.
right? So like, yeah, of course, if you're at an event, right, you want like your, your typical like smile and pose pictures, right, with whoever you
It was
want.
amazing. And
But
the
like
way you delivered it too was amazing. So you broke it up into all different things. So you broke it up into family portraits, and then there was just my children, and then there was
Detail
candids, right?
photos.
Detail photos,
Mhm.
right? So like your cake, your decorations and so on. And then you had the candid moments where you were just capturing people in their most genuine ways, people laughing and having a good time and I'll never not have that now.
Yeah.
So thank you so
Oh my
much. And
God,
then
stop.
Nick, the video that you did, Nick's behind the camera and we can't see him right now, but Nick, the video that came was absolutely incredible. Like, and the way that you two work together. So you should definitely talk about that. You know, if you have something, it was incredible. So the dynamic, even when you guys were working together in the moment, was so light and airy. Nobody ever felt stressed. Everyone was having what I hope was a good time.
It was great.
And
I had a blast.
it was fun. It was so fun.
I had a blast.
And then what was delivered after really just sealed the deal. It was incredible,
That's
guys.
awesome.
So thank
Yeah.
you.
So let me ask you a question, not to change the subject.
He's so rude.
No, I didn't mean that in a rude way at all. I just, you gave me a good idea.
You
when
could apologize later.
Okay, so like Catherine said that you deliver your pictures based on like segments of the day. Do you film like that? Do you like, all right, now I want to definitely get like this type of stuff? Do I want to go to this? Or is it basically just like whatever you're feeling in the moment and then you separate once you're editing?
It depends on what it is. So like if it's just a lifestyle session, like whether it's maternity, family, Christmas, whatever, usually that's just one
You're not going to forget to
folder.
photograph the bump. I mean, it's
Right.
there.
Like that's one file essentially, right? But like when you have an event, I go into the event, I already know the file folders in my head. So like I already knew like when I walked into the communion, I said, okay, first thing I have to do is I gotta do all the detail pictures.
Right.
And that's
Okay,
something,
awesome.
it's just something that I already know walking in. So then when I, go ahead and edit and get the gallery ready to deliver, I already kind of know where each piece of the day goes. And
Okay,
for
cool.
baptisms, I treat them as like a mini wedding. When somebody books a baptism, I send them a timeline of the day. Because if we're doing like those getting ready photos at home with the godparents and the parents, and then we're moving to the ceremony, there's a timeline that has to happen. That ceremony is at a certain time. So we need to, keep a timeline. I know it seems intense, but
No,
it
it's
makes
great.
the day
Well, that's
flow.
So
your
get ready for your
organization.
mini wedding.
It makes the day flow easier.
The organization makes it, you have a plan and you execute your plan,
Yes.
and that's how you stay
So-
consistent.
Yes.
That's
How do you
exactly
stay
it.
organized?
Do you have a book?
I don't have a book. No, I don't. Do you have a book?
High
I
five.
feel attacked.
Amanda,
Do you have a book?
high five.
I don't have a book.
Okay.
I have a book.
I don't have a book.
Do you ever use your phone?
I
Do you
use my
have an app?
phone.
Well, you could also book because I booked
I
my
also
son's
have. So how I send
Christmas photos already
Yes,
with you.
yeah. So I do have like
I
a
forget that.
program that I use that keeps me organized.
Okay.
And that's how, and it's all in one. That's my website is. That's where my portfolio is. How I do my
Oh,
bookings.
What's the name of the
So-
program?
Pixie Set?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I use, and it's
Nick
and
is
all
shaking
in-
his head like he knows Pixie Set. I know. I'm going to switch gears a little bit.
Yep.
What was your most embarrassing moment?
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is awful. Okay, I'm not gonna say who the client
And
was.
she
No,
knew, she
you
knew
totally
right away,
don't have
so.
to
No, I know
say-
exactly who it is.
That's
I know,
great.
and
Which
this
is
was
great.
not a pre-planned question either.
No,
so like
no.
okay.
What was your most embarrassing moment? You don't have to share who the
I'm
person
not sharing
is.
who the client is.
We know it's you.
It's me.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's not them, it's
I
you. So.
started last year, right? And I started to, collect money from people after a session. So the first person that I booked that I did not, I knew them. I knew them sort of. I didn't wasn't friends with them, but enough to know them, okay? They're like, I want to do a family session. I'm like, great, let's do it. This is how much I charge. Let's go to this location, all the things. Beautiful night. And I show up. Now at this point, I had a much cheaper camera, not the one that I use now. Because again, I wasn't sure where it was going to go.
Right.
And I didn't know that you need backup things. I didn't know you need backup SIM cards. I didn't know you need backup batteries. I didn't know you should even have backup cameras. I didn't know that was a thing. So I also didn't know how long a battery lasts. So I show up to the session and I meet the family and we're ready to go and everybody's having a great time. And we're not even 5 minutes in and my camera is flashing red. And I'm like, oh God, I'm like, in my head, now I'm playing it cool. Like nothing's happening, but on the inside, all the bad things are happening to me.
Yeah, 100%.
And I am like, my camera's going to die. And I don't know how to fix this right now. And I can't tell these people we're going to reschedule because
That
we're
seems
here. They're
pretty
all dressed up. The kids are all, and you know what it is to get the kids out of the house. Like this is not something you redo. This is it. So I'm like, okay, we're just gonna. So I kept shutting the camera off, right? I kept shutting it off to like
When you're about to
reposition.
stall in your car.
It was bad. It was really bad. So
Are you
I am sweating, dripping, and I'm just trying to play it cool the whole time, trying to play cool. The session lasted 15 minutes, and my camera shut off.
And this is a mini session now, guys.
Well,
This is what and you turn it on and be like, this is what we wanted.
well,
right?
no, but
We wanted
listen to what
short and sweet.
happened. So the camera shuts off, okay, and I'm like, okay, it's off. And
she let them keep posing.
their kid started screaming, crying, crying, like couldn't. And I'm like, I think we have it. I think we got enough. I think this is it. I think it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
And the dad was like, really? I'm like, yes, I think I have everything I need. Meanwhile, on the inside, I'm like, I have nothing. I have zero right now. And the dad's like, you're the best photographer. The last photographer had me 45 minutes on the floor doing all these things. I'm like, it's all I need. This is all I need.
We're about good.
And then I'm in the car. I get in the car. I start hysterical crying because I'm like, I can't even turn the camera on to see what I have.
If you even
And I
saved it.
got home and I said to my husband, I was like, just plug it in. Just look what's there. And he was like, it's fine. Relax. You have plenty.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I was able to deliver a gallery. People were very happy and they never knew
That's
that
awesome.
I was dying on the inside.
Now they will.
Now,
Just kidding. So I think that was great. Immediately, my brain was going to fake taking pictures the whole time, and then
Yeah, I was
tell
thinking that
them when
too.
you were editing you just didn't look good in it.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with me, but like your faces were all messed up.
This is
Like,
why we're not photographers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, but all of you, your eyes were closed in all of them, so here's what I got.
Yeah, no,
It's so
I was
weird. If your child would have just cooperated, then we could have got this done.
The timing was perfect though. Like
Did you stomp on his foot?
No, they just started flipping out, and I was like,
You do what you got to do.
I was like, thank you, God.
Maybe they were afraid of the red blinking light.
Maybe, I don't know. It was bad.
The kid was like, "That's my cue." What?
Right. But now I'm like, I overcompensate. I went home, I bought like 10 batteries. They have to be charged at all times. I have a million like cards and things. And my husband is like, that's a little extra, don't you think? I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's never
You-
enough.
Listen, when you're going through business, whether you're an expert before you start it, which is not many people,
No.
because
Yeah.
you learn every day on the job. You learn different things and you improve. And you're lucky that it didn't like completely, capsize that
No.
that
Worked out.
session.
What's the
and it
worst that
worked.
could have happened? But
Worst that could have happened
Is that they
I
went
would
to
have
social
just,
media and gave
but
it
I'm
terrible
totally
reviews.
with you that like
I guess. I guess
And
now that I
everyone
say
sees it for the rest of your life. It probably isn't
I
ideal
guess.
when you're first starting a business.
No.
but-
true, but
No.
but totally like I totally get being prepared and like failing to plan is planning to fail. So I get it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
Do you utilize a vision board?
No.
What like
No.
cut out of a magazine, Frank?
For
Yeah.
myself?
Yeah, like a vision board for your business, for like, or for yourself. Like, I don't know why it works, or maybe it's a trick because in the back of your mind, you're like sort of on that path, and when you're creating it, you create things based on what you know is coming up in the future. But pretty consistently every year when I do the business plan, I put together a vision board, and it has things like
And he hangs it on his fridge.
maybe no, not on my fridge. But like maybe like a luxury piece of jewelry that I want to attain by meeting goals. Maybe like an investment property I'd love to buy, or a vacation I want to take. And you put that on a board, and it goes by your office, and you look at it when you're working, and apparently those things come true, and you see it every day. And
I've always wanted to do it.
some people say
It
it's
is
like
cool.
so
I feel like I should.
we have
It's
a
cool.
That'd be a cool thing to do.
for a long time, I'm part of a group, a mastermind group in real estate that meets on Tuesday mornings usually. And every year when it comes to business planning time, we do that. We all put our vision board together and we show each other. And remarkably, like
I'll show you yours if you show you mine.
But
You don't have one. You said you always wanted to do one.
It's just a joke. I
So I make mine on Canva now, but I do
Oh,
one
that's
every
really
year.
It's not as fun as getting a glue stick and
Listen,
cutting with the
I failed
scissors and-
kindergarten. Alyssa's a little busy. She can't cut my magazine pictures
Oh
out
my
anymore.
God,
So
Alyssa,
I
you're
do
an
it on.
angel.
My first one, she cut everything out perfect.
Of course she did, because
Oh
and
my
and
God.
now mine's just basically
amazing.
a printed white piece of paper with like things I made on Canva. But it
Pencil.
gets the point across, right? Because it shows the things that I want to try to
Right.
obtain, right? Like not gonna go into it, but like I had a number of sales I wanted to make last
Right.
year. And that number is on there somewhere. And if I beat that number, I'd buy myself something else that was on there. Right.
I guess mine is more like not necessarily like things I want to obtain, just like goals for my business. So like one of my big goals was to book 5 weddings within my first year.
Oh, it's perfect. Yeah.
And I'm 3. So I'm 2 away from the goal.
All right.
She's 2 away.
2 away.
Give her a call. 2 more. She's got room for 2 more.
know?
At least
2
2
away.
more.
Like, and that was my goal. Like that was really where I want to be, and that's where I want to go.
I know it's tough. You got kids. Have you ever been approached for like a destination wedding?
Not yet, but
No.
I'm hoping.
You're hoping?
And it would be
You can make
so
like a
much
little
fun.
family trip out
Yes.
of it. It'd
I'm
be so
I'm not
cool.
saying any
Fun.
names here, but I'll pass your info along to
Thank you.
people.
But that's what, so Frank, that's an excellent point, right? So you're not going to call out your friend right now and put him on the spot, but that's what our businesses are all about. So whether it's real estate
the
or
biggest-
photography
Right.
or if
Whatever
you do
it is.
make whatever it is, it's all about building relationships and passing on your business
Mhm.
to the next person, doing the best that you can, giving them a good experience, and now taking that.
But it's
further.
even nice, like I know Nick is behind the camera, but like when we met at your party,
At one
right?
point, you guys either high-fived or fist bumped.
No,
and
like
it
we
was
became
so
best friends
cool.
right away. But like I now know, like
You
in
were like,
my
let's do this. Let's photograph this
But, like-
wild family.
but like in my head, like if somebody is like, oh, I need something for video, like I'm like, oh, here's his Instagram, like go for it. Like whether or not they reach out or they don't reach out,
It's
like
you did
it's
your
there,
part.
and like I know that that's reciprocated from whoever, and it's like just as long as the name is being said, right? It doesn't have to be booked; it's
Right.
being said,
Yep.
and that's a big
100%.
You're in the
part of things.
forefront of everyone's minds. And then
Right.
when that's retouched on with your
Right.
Instagram or
Right.
something like
That's
that.
the beauty of social media.
I had a client recently, and they said to me, they were like, "Oh, when I saw your Instagram, I knew I had to have you." I was like, "Me?" I was
Little
like,
me.
"What, me?" I'm like, "Okay, here I am." Like, and like just that moment, I was like,
Isn't that
"Okay,
such a good
something
feeling?
is happening." Like, and the momentum is
You're evolving.
is happening.
Mhm.
So it kind of is a good.
I can't wait to feel like that. in my
Motivation.
business.
Last night we Frank. Last night we had like an event, a social event for real estate. And the bartender said, these people want to talk to you when you get a chance. And I said, okay. I talk to everyone, you know that.
Yes.
So when I went over to them, they said, hi, I'm so-and-so and so-and-so. And I wanted to introduce myself to you because I constantly see you on Facebook. So when I saw you walk into the room, I knew exactly who you were.
Right.
I wanted to say, I think you're doing a great job. And is there anything bad? Like, that's such a good feeling.
There's nothing better
Oh, it
than
makes
They
it
that.
said,
feel like
the other
everything you
person
do
was
is
like, I
worth it.
didn't want to bother you. And I said, no, bother me
Right.
because it shows me that I'm doing something right. I'm trying my best.
Mhm.
And some days I feel like I'm questioning it all.
Oh my God,
But
those are the
because
worst
you
days.
just said that to me,
Yeah.
I feel so much better. So thank
Yeah.
you for
Yeah.
making me feel
Absolutely.
good.
That's really what keeps people going, right?
Yeah.
When people recognize you for all the stuff that you're doing, you're like, wow.
Yeah, and that was
sometimes
like
don't feel
really
great.
like the big disconnect with teaching. Like there was no like,
Personalization.
oh my God,
it's
you're
very-
doing such a great job. Keep it up. Like there was none of that. There was always like you could do better. You could always do better. You could always do better. You could always do this. Now we have to do this, and we have to do this, and we have to do this. Whereas like this is like, wait, people actually recognize like
Which even in your
Right.
business, you're doing it now, right?
Right.
I can do more. I can do better.
Uh-huh.
I can grow
right,
to be bigger.
but it's different.
But you're seeing the
You see-
satisfaction. You're
Mhm.
seeing the
Yep.
product of your hard work
Yep.
in all of these
Yes.
events that you do.
Yes.
So I just booked my kids' Christmas
Mhm.
photo shoot with you.
Mm-hmm.
I even did it like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to be reminded of the date because
Yes,
Thanks,
it's okay,
but,
but I'm not there.
do you have any sessions left for the Christmas minis? Because you're doing a couple of different locations
Yes.
and it looked so cute.
So my tree farm is sold out.
Ah.
I went to go actually like open another day.
Did you have to go look at that location before you booked it?
It's crazy. I also like didn't know this is how it goes either. So like last year I didn't do anything like that. I was just kind of like, oh
Yeah, we
okay.
did it at the conference
Right,
house or
it was
something,
just
and
like
they came gorgeous.
Oh my God, I love those.
They
They
came
came out so cute.
beautiful.
But this year I was like, okay, I have to be more prepared. I have to have like certain days allotted, certain times. And like for the tree farm, like you have to buy the sessions beforehand as the photographer.
Okay.
So like I had to reserve the day and the time before I even like made it open for people to book. And I sold out of that. Like I actually
Incredible.
opened up 2 more spots. I was able to, and then it
So
sold
do you have
out.
any
immediate-
Christmas sessions left
So
or
I have-
holiday sessions
I
left?
do. I have a couple left for the conference house,
Uh-huh.
and then a couple left
Which
for
was
my
beautiful.
freehold one. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for capturing my babies year after year, because we met because our children went to school together.
Yeah.
And my son was a buster, but we
Oh,
met and now you have photographed some of the most important
Yeah.
times
And it's
in
so
our life.
funny, like my clients, like you said before, like they do become family. Like even at the communion, like I loved hanging out with them. Like
You could
it
call me
was-
cousin Catherine.
Right. Like it's
When
just,
you hear your family.
it's just so fun, like, and to see the kids grow up. Like I did, like if I do a newborn shoot and then I go do the baptism, like so much changes.
Like,
in
wow, you
between
got
that
so
time.
big, Johnny.
It is. It's true.
So
But
we have come to the segment of our podcast that brings you to the closing table. You've bought a house before, right?
Yes.
So you've sat at the closing table before?
Yes.
We want to try to, on a very small scale, get that little feeling you get when you were at your closing table
Okay.
back right now. So we're going to ask you 6 rapid fire questions at the closing table,
Okay.
3 from each of us. What we want you to do is be better than Catherine at it. Just kidding. We want you to try your best. Don't repeat the question. It's the
Second
first
and final
thought.
episode,
Don't repeat the
people.
question.
Well, listen, if you do, you do, but you kind of just did it.
Oh, yeah.
The first thought that comes to your mind, right?
Mhm.
Remember, is what we want you to throw out there.
Okay.
Okay. You can elaborate, make it more than one word, but just the first thing. So I'm going to start with 3 questions, and then Catherine's going to come at you with 3 questions.
Okay.
And they're coming from the same list, so I go first, so I'm going to pick the ones I like.
Oh, no.
Okay. So
He's on my list.
here, the first one I'm going to ask is, what's the strangest thing you ever ate?
I don't eat strange things.
Okay. What's
Boring.
I know, but I'm a picky eater, so
So
I
like,
don't.
what would you even eat? What's crazy to you? If you're like, I'm gonna go all in.
I don't know. Fish.
Woo! You wild woman.
I don't know. I
eating
don't
fish.
eat. Like I won't eat it if it doesn't look right. I don't eat it.
What's something you believed as a kid that isn't true?
Go to college.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love
It's a
that.
great one.
If we had more time, I would love to get into that because I have a college degree as well. So does Catherine, and so do you. And I understand exactly what you're saying, but we don't have to go further into that. One more question from me. What's your I'm definitely getting older moment?
So what were you?
When I make a noise getting off the floor.
Oh, me too. That is so true.
When like you crack and you're like, what?
Or
There
like
it
I'm
is.
sitting and I'm like, okay, here we go.
That's true. I sometimes I don't even know like if I can get up. without
Right,
thinking about- I
right.
get out of the car every time. I'm like, oh, I
Right.
go. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh.
I gotta,
Like,
let's
my
not make
husband
that
and I-
noise.
That's such a, yeah.
No,
that's
it's bad.
definitely
My
a-
husband and I,
Yeah.
if we're playing on the floor with the kids, and like we both do it, I'm like, oh my god, this is bad. This is bad. It's getting bad.
Wow. So thanks, Frank. At least I think we think the same. All right, what's 8 times 7? Quick. Nope.
56.
Oh, you're good. You're better than me.
She's a math teacher.
I know
that
was
the
like,
point.
that was like really intense for a second.
Yeah.
You know
Picture
how,
how the
you
kids
know how I
feel in
learned
the
the
class.
you know how I learned the 7 times table? Football.
Oh,
When you score a
I don't
touchdown,
know
it's 7.
anything about football.
So every time you score a touchdown and you get the extra point, it's 7 points. So when I was younger, I learned 7 times every number before I learned any other multiplication because I just love football. But all right, good.
Do you prefer tacos or pizza? My stomach is
It
growling.
depends on the kind of taco.
Like, okay, give me your ideal taco.
All right, so your ideal taco, your ideal pizza, which one do you choose?
Taco.
Okay, what kind of taco do you eat?
I do love like a fish taco, but I also like.
You're a wild woman. She
No,
said
it's-
she branches off. She eats fish, and here we are, fish taco.
I know,
But
but
it has to look pretty.
it has to be right.
Okay.
Name a word that rhymes with orange.
I'm pretty sure that's one of those things where there are no words that rhyme with orange.
There has to be
Orange.
I don't think there is.
orange, barange, carange,
Those aren't
darange,
words.
carange.
Orange.
Well, eventually you hit one.
I don't think there's a word that rhymes with orange. I
That's
think that's a
impossible.
meme.
Does Chat GPT have an?
That's a
I don't
meme.
know.
I don't know. If there is, I don't know what it is.
All
Someone
right,
can choose that.
whatever. We're gonna wrap it up.
Either
but
way,
before we go,
Amanda, congratulations.
Thank you.
You are now closed.
Thank
incredible.
you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for
You're
having me.
High
incredible.
five.
Thank you. I'm gonna hug you.
I'm gonna get a high five.
With the hands. You can touch his hand.
I know.
Casey.
No
I,
elbow.
I went this way.
No
anyway.
elbow.
Okay.
Yeah. That's episode 2 of the closing table.